morning, Missoula, and welcome to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McAvoy, and that was Asaph Adonai on piano. Asaph, what beautiful song was that?
That's a song called Night in Tunisia.
Nice, nice. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, and I hope that you have all had a great week. It's the middle of the week, so things are kind of, coming up to a rise and falling down, which is nice. I always like the middle of the week. Yeah. But so to start off the show, of course, we're going to do some weather. So it's currently 40 degrees outside. And it's supposed to be a pretty nice day. It's supposed to be mostly sunny with a high of 68. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 64. Both tonight and tomorrow night are just going to be a low of 37. So it looks like it's going to be fairly warm. We're still in, of course, we're in fall. So things, the weather is still nice, which is great. I love warm weather in the fall. Yeah. But if you want to find out more information about Wake Up Missoula, you can check us out on our website at wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can also like us on Facebook. You can like us on Twitter. You can like Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter. Oh, no, on Facebook. Sorry. Yeah, so like MCAT on Facebook. You can like MCAT on Twitter. You can also go to mcat.org, where you can check out our website and find out more information about mcat.org if you want to. So we're still looking for 2 more board members. So we need 2 more people to be on MCAT's board. And they kind of just do like finances and try to figure out ways that we need to improve areas around MCAT. So if that interests you, check us out. We definitely need 2 more board members. And then also on Saturday, Scott and I are starting a drop-in stop-motion animation camp. So that is for ages 9 to 13. It's between 1 and 5, and it's $10. And then after 3 o'clock, it's only $5. So it's a few hours. That's enough time to like make a whole movie and edit it, and then watch everyone else's. It's a lot of fun. Scott and I did a couple of summer camps over the summer, and it was a good time. Yeah. So just drop your kid off. It starts this Saturday until whenever, till the end. Yeah. So, as well as, we've got stop motion animation, we also have a video for you. So, over the weekend, last weekend, Scott filmed this video. He went over to Fort Missoula, and they did their regional groundbreaking. So, they're starting the construction for the Fort Missoula Regional Park. And so the Phase 1 construction of Fort Missoula Regional Park is going to focus on the western half of the park. And that is, they're going to be doing multi-use sport fields, trails, shelters, restrooms, plus parking, and road improvements. And that's going to start March of 2016. So they're starting to break ground now, but it won't really get into full gear until about March when summer or winter is kind of winding down. And so the opening date for the western half, is fall 2016. So for it to be finished, they're going to hoping that the western half of the Fort Missoula Regional Park will be finished by fall 2016, so another full year. And then for the eastern half, they're going to start fall 2016 and it'll be done in 2017. So it's a couple-year project, but it's coming along. So here is just like the tail end of this video that Scott made. You can catch the full thing on channel 189 or go to mcat.org and video on demand and click on channel 189. And so the video starts out with Commissioner Gene Curtis.
Fortunate that we managed to save those open spaces for the public to enjoy. As you live in a city and there's density, you need to have places to recreate, places to get out and think. And it's always amazing to me when you come out here, just the view and the fact that you don't realize that there's a big old city right over the horizon. So it's great to be here. Thanks to all of you. This also fits in with the Let's Move Missoula that we've all been working on to, again, have more places for people to be active so they can be healthy, happy. So thanks for coming today, and I think the mayor's going to tell us how we use these shovels.
I think what we do is we have folks gather around these piles of pre-dug soil.
Can we call up all the kids?
Absolutely. And what we'll do is grab a shovel and give a little turn. But let's have the kids come up. Little people, small people. You can bring ukulele if you'd like. And you should know those shovels because this is government. Those are real gold shovels, by the way. Wonderful. Excellent. All right, is everybody ready? We're going to do this on the count of 3. How's that sound? 1, 2, 3, dig. Yay! That's fantastic. Now we're going to need you kids out in the field for the next 3 months. I hope that's going to be okay. That's one of the ways we're managing the budget.
John, you can invite anybody else who wants to.
Anybody else who wants to turn a shovel, come on up. There's plenty of dirt, lots of shovels. I bet these kids will share. All right, Rod, way to not be shy. I appreciate that.
So that was put on by Scott. Thank you, Scott, for filming that. That was really cute. I also think it's hilarious when the mayor said that they're going to use those kids, and that's how they're working on their budget. That was a good one. I laughed out loud when I first saw that. So I've got some news for you guys. So just kind of like some general Google news. So it looks like some of the top stories is Hillary Clinton passes her first major test. So I don't really know what that means. Check it out if you want to. So let's see. World news. So, ISIS-aligned Filipino militants have released video of hostages. So apparently they've got some hostages, and the video about them has been posted online. That's kind of crazy. Check that out if that interests you. So lots of different world things going on. It looks like Russia is appealing to the UN aviation body to open a new MH17 probe. So the aircraft that went over the Malaysian airline flight 17 that went over eastern Ukraine a while ago, the Russian aviation agency wants to re-look into that and reopen that. So that's what's going on with them. Over in the United States, looks like this morning or early last night, there were gunmen that fired into a crowded house party near Tennessee State University in Nashville. It injured 3 college students, so thankfully no one was killed, but police are looking for the gunmen. And let's see, yeah, that looks about it. And then for Missoula news, it says, let's see, it looks like there's a bunch of sports stuff. Looks like there's a Missoula City Council voters guide going on. Check out the Missoulian. Looks like a little bit of a slow day for news. Nothing too pressing that I feel is very important at the moment. And then, I've got a trending video for you guys. This is pretty great. This guy's GoPro falls into a pit of rattlesnakes, and so I want to show you it's #1 trending on YouTube right now, and it's kind of scary. These rattlesnakes are all over the place, and they're super freaky. And so I'm gonna start off with showing you guys some of the rattlesnakes, and then you'll see his GoPro fall. And so this is what's trending on YouTube currently.
I lost my phone. Oh no. I gotta figure out a way to get it out of there.
Yeah, no.
Nothing stupid. I can fix it out. It's just a little.
I just love that you can hear them in the background, trying to decide what they should do with it, and if they should take it. And those snakes climbing over that are pretty freaky.
Right here.
I think they're really scary. What do you think of this, Asaph?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yikes.
right? Yeah.
Double yikes.
Yeah. And there's so many of them, and for them to all crawl around all slimy like that, I don't know. I don't know what that guy was thinking, but it was really scary. And there are a ton of other videos. His name is Michael Delaney, so this video was made by Michael Delaney via YouTube. And there are a couple other videos of him, and he seems to really love rattlesnakes because there are videos of him with his GoPro in rattlesnake pits and dropping his GoPro. which I don't know what kind of, I would think that you would want to wear like a lot of really intense, heavy clothing if you want to go in there. But that's what's trending on YouTube. It's kind of really freaky and pretty scary.
I think the only person that can handle a snake would be Billy Jack.
Yeah.
He had a scene in there where he was going through a testing period and he had these rattlers bite him. And he's just standing there taking the bites.
Oh my gosh, what is that? Is that a movie? What movie is that?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's one of the Billy Jack movies. I did a story on him.
I remember
recently.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just standing there with this Indian outfit and this rattlesnake just bit him like 3 or 4 times. He's just standing
And
there
he's like,
taking
no
it.
problem.
And he passes out for a while and he comes out of it.
Oh, of course, but he's Billy Jack. He has to survive.
Yeah, well, other than that, snakes, yeah.
Yeah. I know. They're pretty gnarly. But Asaph has got a couple announcements that he wants to talk to us about. So, Asaph, I hear that you have received something from your book. Can you expand on that for us?
Yeah, I got my first royalties just yesterday on my little book.
That's awesome.
Supermarket Pianist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not the main royalties. It's just the Hastings version. You know, I get $6 for every time that book sells, so I got to collect yesterday.
Cool, yeah.
Now for the Amazon version, the real thing, I have to wait 1 year from now.
Of course, yeah.
So
it
if you
makes
see
sense.
me driving a Cadillac or a Mercedes, you'll know why.
Yeah. So Asaph was able to get some recognition for his book, which is always great. And then you were telling me before the show that you're going to be playing somewhere. That
Yeah,
you actually,
the Wine and Beer Festival coming up, I think it's next Saturday, next Friday or Saturday, whatever day the 23rd falls on.
Nice.
Yeah, it's at the Adams Center, and they invited me to play for that.
Cool. Do you know what you're going to wear yet?
No, maybe a double-breasted jacket.
Oh, that'd be nice.
If I can get a tux quick enough,
Yeah.
at the spur of the moment, I'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
we'll see.
Yeah, Asaph has always got the snazziest outfits.
Thanks.
You really do. Well, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Those are some fun announcements. Do you know what you're going to be doing this week? Any plans or any places you'll be playing?
No, not playing, but I need to start practicing more. I mean, I butchered that song at the beginning of this year, I think.
I mean, I didn't notice. I'm sure they didn't notice.
Well, it's just an individual thing that I noticed.
Yeah. And then, how often do you think that you practice the piano a week? How many hours?
I try to get about at least 4 or 5 hours every day, but lately I just haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, I understand.
So
that.
I'm feeling a little squeamish. I need to start practicing more.
Well, and Asaph is also going to be getting a grand piano soon.
A baby grand, yeah, I'm
Baby
working
grand.
on that,
Yeah.
for my little home, so I
Nice.
can start practicing like I should.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we'll be looking forward to that, definitely, Asaph. All right, so up next, I've got the road report for you guys. I just want to do that real quick. So this is for this week. Burlington to Russell to Stevens. The city is continuing to work on curb and sidewalk upgrade project this week. So it'll be shoulder work and closed sidewalks. So just kind of be careful around over there. And then Fox Farm Road to Rattlesnake Drive. Northwestern Energy is replacing a major high-pressure gas line in Creek Crossing starting at Fox Farm Road. And we'll be working east towards Rattlesnake Drive. This will take about a month, so the road will be closed about a month. And detours will change as the work progresses, of course. And then, up next, I want to show you guys this animation PSA that our manager here at MCAT, Joel, made. So like I said, we've got our stop motion animation camp. Starts this Saturday, starting at 1 to 5. And I just want to show you guys this awesome little PSA that was made for it. And then we are going to go into events for today. It's loading. Loading. Okay. All right. Here you go.
MCAT is turning Saturdays around. We're raising the bar for fun with animation workshops using Play-Doh, Legos, stop-action animation. This program is suitable for kids age 9 to 13. Every Saturday at MCAT, drop-in animation workshop, kids meeting other kids. MCAT, 500 North Higgins.
Yeah, so sign your child up today. And also, if you are interested in it but not really 100% sold, Scott and I will be at Kiddabaloo, which is at the Adams Center this Saturday. We'll be there from 11 to 4. So you guys can stop on by. We'll have a computer up. We'll have some Legos and Play-Doh up. We'll be doing some stop motion animation stuff. So if you guys want to come by and swing your kid by our table, we'll tell you all about our camp and all about what we do. So it should be a lot of fun. But right now we're going to go into some Wednesday events. So this is what's going on today. So starting at 11 a.m. Over at the Children's Museum of Missoula, they've got Taekwondo. And then over at Spectrum Discovery area, their Discovery Bench is fractals, and their Brain Lab is wiggling worms. They have their Science Sprouts from 11 to 12, which is for a little bit of a younger crowd, and they're discovering blood. And so it's $3.50 for anyone 4 and over, and if you're under 3, you get them for free. Over at the University of Montana, they've got a used outdoor gear sale that starts at noon. So this is noon to 5. You can bring your used gear there. So between 7 and 11 a.m., bring your gear to drop off. And then the sale will be going on from noon to 5. And then after 5, you can come back and get any unsold gear and pick up money. Yeah, so that's in the UC at the university. Over at the Missoula Insectarium, which is above Spectrum on Front Street, they're doing Little Bugs Toddler Time. So this is for the youngest visitors. It's to introduce kids ages 3 to 5 to the wonderful world of bugs. Yeah, so they're going to have story time, hands-on interactions, play fun games, and just, learn all about bugs. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I did read that it's Spider Month at the Insectarium. I've got a lot of really great spiders right now. So that's also one thing they'll be doing this week and month. And then over at the Missoula Public Library, this is a kind of cool class. They've got a Twitter What and How computer class. So obviously Twitter is pretty used. Twitter is widely used for like businesses or just, getting out quick thoughts out there. So for the people that don't know how to use Twitter or what it is, there's going to be a class. So this will be in the computer classroom at the Missoula Public Library from 12:30 to 1:30 today. Registration is required, but I think that if you hop on it early enough, you should be okay. So just call 721-2665 to sign up. There's a free matinee over at the Missoula Public Library, a classic film starting at 2 p.m. in the large meeting room. Over the Top Hat Lounge at 4:30, they've got their Celebrating the Music of Fish happy hour, sharing in the groove. So they've got like trivia and an audio show and videos and everything that you could want relating around the jam band Fish. And then we got a couple pint nights. The first pint night is over at the Great Burn Brewing Company. They've got a pint night for the Montana Food Bank Network, so 50 cents from each beer sold will go towards them. Over at the U, it's National Fossil Day, and they are celebrating it at 5 p.m. this evening. And so it includes fossil identifications, tours, special guests, kids' activity room. And so they recommend the guests should enter the C.H. Clapp building through the breezeway. And yeah, that starts at 5. Over at the Kettle House, they've got a Community United, Compassion and Choices. 50 cents from each beer sold goes to this nonprofit, starting at 5 p.m. And then over at the ZAC, the Zootown Arts Community Center, they've got a couple events. The first one is the glass fusing orientation class. It starts at 6. So you can go in there. This will cover the basics of glass, from how the kilning process works to slumping, fusing, mold making, and glass aftercare. And then, so anytime after you've taken this class, you can go in their glass fusing studio anytime and use it. So it's $15 plus the cost of glass, which are usually between $5 and $20, which is pretty reasonable. And then their next event is they're doing a Bob Ross Parade prop building. That's a lot to say, yeah. So 6 to 8 starts October 14th, 21st, and 28th. This is for the Festival of the Dead. They usually like to work on their projects about like a month in advance. And so they're creating a Bob Ross presence. So they do a Bob Ross class usually once a month, and they love Bob Ross over at the ZAC. So each Bob/student will be carrying a 4x2 relief print mounted to a pole of happy little trees, clouds, and accidents. And so they're inviting the community to dress up as a Festival of the Dead inspired Bob Ross. And they're going to be carrying around those relief prints. And then so it'll be a 3-day workshop, once a week for the next 3 weeks. They're going to carve, paint, and carve, print, and paint, and help secure prints to poles with crossbars. Yeah, and then they're going to march in the Day of the Dead parade. So that sounds fun. That'll be cool. Check that out. That sounds like a really good time. Yeah. And then over at the University of Montana in the Denison Theater, they've got an inspired ski movie tour. So it's $10 pre-sale. I guess not anymore. So it's day of the show, $12 with a student ID, or $15 in general. And so they're going to be showing a trailer. Phil and Henrik, these two ski guys, no idea who they are. They're going to be showing a trailer for their 2-year movie, Be Inspired. Tanner Hall is going to be showing a trailer for his 2-year movie, Ring the Alarm. Kai Peterson has a short movie, In Search. And Superproof Inc. has a movie called The Masquerade. Check that out. Starts at 6. Over at Imagination Brewing Company, they have got a Wednesday night brewery jams. So you can go there and sign up and just jam out to some audiences and drink some beer. Yeah, sounds great. Oh, and then this next event is pretty cool. So this is put on by the Green Path Herb School. It's called Green Pharmacy, Herbal Teas and Syrups. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be discussing the finer points of making teas, such as infusions and decoctions. I'm not quite sure. But you can learn how to make herbal honeys and different syrup preparations. So they'll make an herbal syrup in class, and you can bring home a syrup for an extra $6. So this is from 6:30 to 8:30. It's only $25, which is really reasonable because most of the time they have classes that are for like $600. Yeah, it's a great place, but not as affordable as I would like it. And then this next event, we've got a community workshop. The Missoula Redevelopment Agency wants to make a master plan for Scott Street, for like the West Side, North Reserve, and the Scott Street Urban Renewal District. So the North Side pretty much, and over in that Scott Street area, as well as the West Side, or as the North Reserve. I can show you guys a picture. So this is where they're kind of wanting to do a renewal area, this whole black right here. And so they're going to be having a community discussion about it. So this workshop will be an interactive opportunity to help shape the future of the district. The Missoula Redevelopment Agency is preparing a master plan for the area. The plan will provide a comprehensive study of the area, work with community members and stakeholders to define a vision, and ultimately create a roadmap for future development, it's a lot of space over there, a lot of open space and a lot of open land. I live on the north side, and they have a lot of areas of where they can improve and a lot of areas where they can add things. So they want the creation of this plan to be community driven, so they want as much feedback as possible from people in the community. This will be at Ruby's Inn on Reserve Street, 4825, from 6:30 to 8:30. So if you're really passionate about Missoula and about that area of Missoula, go check this out. They really want community outreach and support, and they need ideas. So it'd be a good workshop to get involved with. And then so now I've got some stuff going on tonight. So Kimberly Carlson Trio will be at the Top Hat Lounge at 7. There's Trivial Beer Suit at the Press Box at 8:30. Karaoke contest. Karaoke contest will be at the Eagles Lodge at 8:30. Karaoke will be at the Badlander at 9. Milk Crate Wednesday, which is some electronic, will be at the Palace at 9. Karaoke at the Sunrise Saloon at 9. Murs, Red Pill, and King Fantastic will be at the Palace at 9. Sammy Warm Hands and more will be at the Real Lounge at 9. Kill the Noise and Getter will be at Stage 112 at 9:30. Yeah, that's what's going on for today. We are going to switch gears now, and we're going to go over to Asaph's segment.
I'm going to do this out of order. You know how I've been doing stories about people who have some sort of an injury and they turn out to do great things?
Yep.
Well, this person we're going to talk about here, he started as training in the trapeze as an acrobat, and he worked in the French circus troupe for 5 years, and this was around 1932.
Wow.
And after sustaining a back injury with all of that, that's when he turns to acting. And then, of course, the rest is history, as you see in this clip here. So he goes from trapeze to actor to pharaoh.
Who are we talking about? We
are talking about Yuli Barovich Breiner, known to the world as Yul Brenner.
Nice.
He changed his name to Yul Brenner. It's a lot easier to pronounce.
Make it a little easier in America.
And, you know, what he'll probably be best remembered for is this character here. He would always say, "So let it be written." so let it be done. You remember that of the Ten Commandments? Let's show this clip here.
Okay. And can you give us some context of what this clip is?
Yeah, this is a scene just before he really gets into power. He's not quite in power yet, and this is Nefertiti. She's in love with Moses, but she's got to marry who her father says marry. So this young Brenner character is like messing with her head, saying, "You're going to be my wife." So let's take a look at this here.
I know you, my sweet. You're a sharp-clawed, treacherous little peacock. But you're food for the gods. And I'm going to have all of you.
None of me. Did you think my kiss was a promise of what you'll have? No, my pompous one. It was to let you know what you will not have. I could never love you.
Does that matter?
I know.
You will be my wife. You will come to me whenever I call you. And I will enjoy that very much. Whether you enjoy it or not is your own affair.
Yikes, how would you like to be married to that?
I mean, I would say yes, Yul Brenner.
Well, I know he was a very handsome man, there's no question there, but I'm just talking about that character.
Oh, yeah, but also, like, she can't just, like, be pushed out of bed and be like, oh, I'll never marry you.
Yeah,
You
this
know?
is Hollywood
Come
movie.
on, girl.
But
Come
this is
on.
a classic film. This is, of course, this is from the Ten Commandments for those who don't know. But let me talk about him for a second. Brenner will be best known, as I was saying, technically, it's Pharaoh Ramses II in the 1956 Cecil B. DeMille blockbuster, The Ten Commandments. He also plays King Mongkut, Mongkut, Mongkut of Siam, in the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical The King and I, for which he won 2 Tony Awards and an Academy Award for the film version of The King and I. Now, in real life, he's played this role 4,625 times on stage. And I could kick myself because when I was in New York, I had the opportunity to go see him in The King and I, and I kept putting it off. And he finally retired.
Oh, darn.
So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I had like a whole year to go see this man in real life, and I kept putting it off.
Procrastination gets the best of you.
And yeah, so I've learned that lesson from there. But this man was a brilliant actor, and he's done westerns, and it'd be impossible to tell you all the things he's done. But of course, this character here will always be overshadowed. This and The King and I. We lost him back in 1985 at the age of 65. He's from Russian descent, and he just left the world. 2 great characters. Here he is the King of Siam, The King and I. Mm-hmm. And that was quite the movie. Did you ever see it?
I did see it when I was younger. Yeah, I saw The King and I.
And Lou Phillips Diamond, the actor, played the more remake version of that. But there will only be one Yul Brenner. He will always be the real king, and of course Pharaoh. So.
Yep.
Let my people go. That's how I'm going to end this segment with the command from Moses to tell Pharaoh, let my people go.
Nice. Thank you very much, Asaph. That was
care.
Musical Notes with Asaph Adonai. And up next, we've got some Thursday events. So, let's see what's going on. Okay, so, starting tomorrow. This all starts tomorrow. So starting at 10 a.m., we go over to the NAMI Missoula weekly meeting over at the Providence Center. This is a free weekly meeting for anyone affected by mental illness or interested in learning about NAMI. Over at the Children's Museum, starting at 11 tomorrow, they've got their rice table. So your little ones can go through their sensory rice table and, sift and pour and don't throw any rice, but just have fun. Yeah. And then over at Spectrum Discovery area, the Discovery Bench is astrobiology, Brain Lab is glowing cells, and they have free admission all day. Woo! Oh, and then over at the Missoula City Council chambers, this is a good discussion, and I think it's a very important one to have. They're discussing housing for citizens returning from prison. So Missoula Partners for Reintegration is going to be holding a community discussion on current housing barriers for citizens returning from prison, the impact on Recidivism? Don't know what that means. And what the Missoula community can do to increase their access to safe, stable housing. Like, I mean, we all make mistakes. Some people have to serve time for it, and others, want to get back in the community and want to reintegrate. So this is a good, really important discussion, I think, to find out what to do to help those people and not shun them and accept them. Yeah. And then over at 1:30, we've got the NAMI Connection Support Group. So this is people living with mental illness, and it's located on Brook Street. And that's at 1:30. And then over at the Missoula Public Library, they've got a drop-in computer help time starting at 2 p.m. You can drop in for general questions on computer programs and devices in the computer classroom. And then over at the Missoula Insectarium, like I said earlier in the show, it's Spider Month in the month of October, so they're doing spider crafts. Starts at 3, yeah. And then you can stay until 3:30, and they're doing some spider feeding. And so they will be feeding Rosie, the Chilean rose-hair tarantula, every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. So you can watch the live feeding and learn more about spiders and their hunting and eating habits. Sweet. Lego Club is at the Missoula Public Library at 3:30. Nice, Asaph. Spider-Man, you guys catch that? Lego Club, like I said, sorry. Lego Club is at the Missoula Public Library at 3:30. La Grata Bella, they've got their downtown drop-in wine tasting. That's at 5. This is a minimum of 4 wines, different theme each week, and it's underneath the Old Post Pub. Top Cat Mole is playing at a Draftworks Brewing Company starting at 5. Elwood is playing at Lolo Peak Brewing Company starting at 6. There is a play happening at the Top Hat Lounge tonight starting at 6 p.m. So it's put on by Mom Malone and Top Hat Entertainment, and it's called Motherhood Out Loud. So it's a play that shatters traditional notions about parenthood, unveils its inherent comedy, and celebrates a deeply personal truths that span and unite generations. Sweet. Check that out. And then Sweetie Todd will be at the Missoula Community Theater starting at 7:30. Tickets are $18 to $25. And then, let's see, we've got music going on tonight. So we've got some trivia over at the Holiday Inn at 7:30. It looks like Todd Lincoln and the Family Band is going to be at the Crystal Theater at 8. Trivial Beer Suit will be at the Lucky Strike at 8. Open mic at the Eagles at 8:30. Bully Heat and Dead Soft will be at the Badlander at 8:30. Clear Grain will be at the Sunrise Saloon at 9. There'll be open mic at the Broadway at 9. Dead Hipster will be at the Badlander. I bet it'll start at midnight, because it says that they've got another band there earlier. So Dead Hipster will either not happen at all, or it'll happen at midnight after this other band. And then we've got some karaoke over at the Dark Horse at 9, and then Guild and Spills are going to be playing at the Top Hat Lounge at 10. So that's what's going on for your events for today and tomorrow, obviously. Check out MissoulaEvents.net. Check out the Missoula Independent, our Missoulian, or check out the University of Montana Events website. But I think that's pretty much what I've got for our show. Before I leave, I want to do some social media. So to find out more information about Wake Up Missoula, you can check us out on our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can check us out on Facebook, where we always post our shows and our interviews and any funny things that we find. You can check us out on Twitter, where we do the same. You can like Missoula Community Access Television on Facebook, which is the TV station that we air from. You can like MCAT on Twitter, and you can go to mcat.org to find out more information. You can go to contact us if you want to be on our show or want to make your own programs. Channel 189 and channel 190 is where you can go and check out live videos. You can call us at 542-6228 or 542-MCAT. We're all over the place. Wake Up Missoula is on Google, YouTube, everywhere. So, I think that's it for our Wednesday show. So thanks for tuning in to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McFoy, and on Friday we will be back with Scott Ranf. So here is the end of our show, and here's Asaph Adonai.